Hey guys, it's Max again. I was camping, so I couldn't do anything really yesterday or yesterday. I'm tired, really highly tired. Um, I'm just gonna do a wrap up. Clemson won. We all expect them to. That would be a shame if they didn't. Alabama won big. Derrick Henry not the leading rusher, but really he scored 2 touchdowns really, and this was a vast game, really. Saban, I don't even think he played the full first half. I don't think many of them did. The regular starters did. So I'm not surprised. I think we barely had any. Well, also when your your punt returner scores 2 kickoff returns, it's a good day. Or punt returns for a touchdown. Yeah, there's not really a need for because they won 56-6. He scored 2 touchdowns. Cyrus Jones did from Baltimore, or the Baltimore area. Um, So that's 42 points. And if Derrick Henry had um, two, Bo Skarberg had one, and then Drake Coker had two. They were up 49-0 at half. I feel like they were benched before the end of by like the first quarter. Now, the shot, well, not a shocker actually. It might have been destined, actually, that Michigan State beat Ohio State, but also an interesting fact, 0. That says how many seconds Michigan State has led in wins against Ohio State and Michigan. Remember Michigan, last second touchdown, and technically that happened after it hit 0-0-0, so they never led during the game. And they were tied from some of the game, and they were down a lot of it, or they were up or down. They were never up until the end. They hit at the last second. Notre Dame struggles with Boston College. Iowa won. Baylor won against Oklahoma State, 45-35. Thing is, it's kind of getting hard now for the Big Ten to get someone in. TCU now has 2 losses. Baylor, there's chances, but I don't see chances anywhere. But now that Ohio State lost, they actually do have a chance, I guess. Oklahoma won. They stopped them pretty much on the 2-yard line. Florida struggles with Florida Atlantic. I'm sad. We're the SEC. We should beat these teams. Stanford wins. Michigan wins. UCLA beats Utah, gives them the 3rd loss. Utah up and down. The people from my scout troop, hail Chattanooga. You guys know it if you were on the backpacking trip 3 years ago. But they lost. And if you're on the next one, it will come back because Bama plays them hopefully that weekend. LSU, 3rd straight loss, guys, which is scary, and also I wish it didn't happen. The score there is 38-17 Ole Miss. And if anyone understands that reference, good job. Anastasia, go that. Your team won again. Probably getting that New Year's Six Bowl if they win out. Alright, my vote was for UNC, but, I'm upset. UNC, really, you guys had to score, I think it was a last second, they just had to score a last second touchdown or something like that. I don't know exactly what they did to win. But, you had to do that in Frank Bielema's last home game, Bielema's last game at home. It's not his last game, obviously. But it is it's his last game at home. So that's sad. Connecticut beats Houston. Flat first loss season. I do not think there's any undefeated teams left. Because I think Houston was one of the last with Ohio State. Wisconsin, up and down year for them. Northwestern surging, and they won. Temple beating Memphis. Memphis' 3rd straight loss. They were undefeated 3 weeks ago, and everyone was pointing to them and be like, they're going to be in the New Year's Six Bowl. And they pretty much have collapsed. I think they played Houston, then Navy, and then, Houston. No wait, Navy, Houston, Temple. Temple only has 2 losses. One of them to like UC. No wait, like some other school, and then the other one to Notre Dame. Oregon, big win. I mean, really, UCS, University of Southern Cal. You guys need to come back to your former glory. You guys were, I mean, you didn't win many titles, I think, but you guys still had a lot of. You guys were always week year in year out bad. I just don't care, but just because I feel like it, and I just saw on ESPN, the FCS playoffs. I'm just gonna mention, Alabama. Who I'm just gonna see if there's anyone that teams have played lately. Mentioned Seidel beat South Carolina. Come on. But oh yes, oh sweet. I got some more Saturday football to watch too. Yes. But Chattanooga, hail Chattanooga. Seidel, Charleston Southern, actually are not that bad of a team apparently down there. So I mean, people think, oh man, these guys play nobodies. Well, they're not. They're playing powerhouses down there. None of them have the guts to go out there and schedule North Dakota State, which is not. North Dakota State apparently has 2 losses this year. Oh my god, they're a powerhouse down there if you didn't know. I think Portland State earlier beat Washington State at one point. But I'm saying these guys don't schedule nobodies. They schedule good teams down there when they play them. Now sometimes they will, but no matter what, guys, it was a wild weekend. I'm gonna figure something out. But it was a wild weekend. Upsets, especially in the SEC. Guys, Vandy, those are well, apparently this year 7 SEC this year they've paid them they all together they get like 12 million. That's like they get like literally lots and lots of money, and it helps them a lot. Now I can obviously say yes. They shouldn't play them but really I mean, think about it. Do you think Charleston Southern or Seidel or Chattanooga budget might last if they don't play these teams? And also, you get on TV in most cases. Towson a few years ago played LSU. They got on, I think, ESPN maybe, and they almost beat LSU. And the funnest times are when they beat them because then I can just sit and laugh. Owners, Ezekiel Elliott, he kind of criticizes coaches, and then he says, yeah, this is my last season. I mean, in my opinion, if you're going to say it's your last season, don't say it after your final home game. Because I think that was their final home game, which is sad on many levels because he's not going to get that Let me see. Yes, he does not get that like he's not gonna get that final round of applause when he walks off the field. I mean, and there's a lot of players, but like also don't criticize your coaches. Michigan State played a good game. Ohio State didn't. They got outgained so much. I think it was they only had like 100 yards of offense, something like that. They only had 132 yards, 5 first downs. So you cannot trash your team like that. I mean, your coaches were gonna try to put a game plan in, They tried their best. But it's also, you cannot fully put it on your coaches. You're the player. You play. It's up to you and your team. Sorry, correction. There is one undefeated team. I forgot. I just want to say Clemson. Sorry, but you're supposed to perform. The coaches could make the worst game plan ever, but if you go out there and perform it to your best, and you guys have star players, you might win. They make the greatest one ever, but you do nothing to do it really, you're not going to win. That's what happens now with Leonard Fournette. Alabama made a game plan. Now Arkansas and Ole Miss have looked at that and see what do we need to do. Let's see what they did, and it's not like they're making a good game plan. But let's just say they had the players didn't want to do it. Then Leonard Fournette would just run over all of them, like he did earlier. But really, you cannot blame it on the coaches. Well, you can partially play on, but it doesn't matter. Let's just say, as a player, you're performing. It's not the coaches out there playing. You're playing. So don't go blame on the coaches when you guys lose, and maybe it's because you couldn't perform your best. And then also don't go then say, yeah, I'm leaving. That will hurt his draft stock tremendously, I think. It may or may not, but if I'm a GM, I'm not going to take a guy who just trashes coaches after a loss. After a 23-game win streak snap, the team one is going to be at end. But you guys need to try to stick together because the season's not over. You guys go play your arch rival next week. If you win, I think you might win your division. Maybe. I don't know, but don't go trash because, your season's not over, so don't trash coaches because then the players that are going to stand by your coaches there's going to be just a divide in the locker room, which is, if you know anything about locker rooms, that's never good.